All right, vinyl community. Well, it's Sunday morning. I'm drinking coffee, listening to mellow, sad music. And I thought, why not do the Sad Bastard vinyl tag brought to us by our friend, my friend and yours, John the Digital Gramophone. And I thought, hey, let's do this. This is too absurd not to do. Vinyl tag, if it makes sense to do them, if I'm interested, I'll do them. And this one's fun because it definitely gets me to show some things I don't usually show, which is sort of the idea. Yeah, let's do it. Wearing somewhat appropriate attire, somewhat. So let's just get into it. John, thanks for putting these together. I checked out Mazzy's, fun. Vinyl Rich, I want to check out. But all right, let's start with it. Number one, an overplayed sad song. And by the way, what we're playing will factor into this tag. Nothing great came to my mind right away. But I have to show one of my all-time favorite artists, Mr. Neil Young. And what song, you guessed it, Heart of Gold. I'm not going to take this one out. Heart of Gold, I feel like, is maybe in my brain or in my house or in my life, it's overplayed. This is not my favorite Neil Young record. Not to say I don't love it, but Heart of Gold is the one that I always just like, all right, already. You're looking for a Heart of Gold, you're getting old. Wah. Anyway. Most overplayed sad song. Number two, this is the one that really hooked me on this thing. You're listening to an album and somebody walks in and says, "What is this sad bastard shit? What the fuck is this sad bastard shit?" It should be. I got tons of records. I got a whole section of that stuff, but I decided what made sense right away off the hop was to throw something out from Oldham, aka Palace songs, Palace music. This is from 1994. It's just the self-titled. Oh no, sorry, Hope. And all of the Palace music, pretty much all of Oldham's entire catalog, and certainly other than Bonnie Prince Billy, where he's just gets sort of a bit weird and a bit, you might say controversial at times. Sad bastard stuff. This is beautiful. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I listened to years ago. Moping around, but beautiful. What the fuck is this sad bastard shit? Okay, number three. A sad album to many, but a dance party to you. I guess I interpreted this a little differently, but screw it. I don't think many people call this a sad album. However, the lyrics are somewhat sad or somewhat downbeat. It's the second Specials record. More Specials, yep. You could dance to these sad songs. That's kind of what I guess I misinterpreted perhaps. Sorry, John, I'm so sorry. This is a US pressing on Chrysalis, and the song I have specifically selected, maybe we'll drop it in there, is Do Nothing. On the first side, I'm just living a life without meaning. I walk and talk, do nothing. That's off the top of my head. I used to listen to this all the time when I was in high school. I really got into the ska, the two-tone. And so, of course, I have the Specials records. You don't see these that often anymore. Number four, it's a love song, but it's sad. A lot of different choices for this. Upon just sort of thinking, this song came up. And I'll try to read some lyrics from it because it's one of the most, emotional songs, especially based on what happened with the singer, and the band sort of went defunct after. I'm talking about Morphine, the final Morphine record, The Night. What a stunner! And the song that gets the most attention or play is probably the title track, the lead track. And it came out posthumously. He died on stage, Mark Sandman. This album was completed, then this record came out, and so obviously this carries a bit of a weight when it comes out. And the first thing you hear is The Night, and it's hard not to sort of be grabbed and gripped by that song. And going back to, 1999? 2000, this one really had me in its grips. This is my college radio days, I was playing this. But this is the first time it was issued on vinyl, just last year, I believe. Well, it's 2022 already. This and Like Swimming came out together, first time ever on vinyl, so these were definite grabs for me. But it's kind of about his muse. It's not necessarily it is a love song, but it's about this sort of spiritual person that he can't quite seem to get a grip on, or can't quite seem to find, or just grasp. You know, that's kind of what Sandman's singing about, I think. But it is a love song. It's a song of wanting. It's a song of frustration in many ways. You're the night, Lila, a little girl lost in the woods. You're a folktale, the unexplainable. You're a bedtime story, the one that keeps the curtains closed. I hope you're waiting for me, because I can't make it on my own. I can't make it on my own. It's too dark to see the landmarks, and I don't want your good luck charms. I hope you're waiting for me across your carpet of stars. You're the night, Lila. You're everything that we can't see. Lila, you're the possibility. So, anyway, that was my interpretation. I listened to the song again last night, and still gets the job done. So, Morphine the Night, title track. A favorite sad lyric. Okay. So this immediately, what came to mind was the entire output of Songs Ohio, aka Jason Molina. I mean, you talk about sad songs, or sad lyrics. This guy wrote the book on it. I'm going to go with Didn't It Rain. It does have a lyric insert, but you can't really read what the lyrics are, so I have those pulled up. I have two different songs. I mean, here's the lyrics, but... So, from Didn't It Rain, I think, yeah, like track 5, by the way, with Steve Albini's Blues on here. Blue Factory Flame. When I die, I put my bones in an empty street to remind me how it used to be. Don't write my name on stone. Bring a Coleman lantern and a radio, a Cleveland game and 2 fishing poles, and watch with me from the shore, ghostly steel and iron ore, ships coming home. And even more so, Blue Chicago Moon, last track on the album. This is something. But if the blues are your hunter, you will come face to face that darkness and desolation, and the endless, 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 endless depression. Ugh. What is this sad bastard shit? But anyway, beautiful. I love Songs of Ohio, Jason Molina, including Magnolia Electric Company. Great stuff. So, all right, let's go back to my list here of John's list. A breakup song and album. This one came to mind pretty much right away. This whole album's a song cycle of a breakup. From 1971, Lee Hazelwood's Requiem for an Almost Lady. Look at him, sad. This is the original Swedish pressing, a favorite of mine. And it's a short album, but he's just sort of doing his Lee Hazelwood talk thing over some sort of like twangy country and sort of lovelorn sort of like ballads. Little Miss Sunshine. Really the whole thing. I'd rather be your enemy than to call you friend. What a great label too. So I love this album. It's what comes to mind for me as a breakup album. Lee Hazelwood, one of my favorites. My man, Lee. Alright, next. Your favorite song by the Smiths. Well, this may be controversial. I have 0 Smiths albums. I used to have them. I sold them. They're gone. Sorry. However, I thought, oh, I know I have a CD, a couple CDs, you know, if not Louder Than Bombs. Gone. And I'm not to say I don't like the Smiths. I do. I just felt like they're one of those bands, like I've heard them a zillion times. I don't feel like I need to own them. Sue me. But I'll show you my favorite Elliott Smith song. Well, one of my favorites. I mean, he needs to be in this tag in some way. I mean, I don't know how he's not shown in everyone's video, but we'll go with Waltz Number 2, XO from XO. From, what is this, 97? 98, just after he got the big Oscar thing. This is on Bonglo Records, Beck's label. Yeah, 98. Great record, and not known as his favorite. I mean, everyone always shows XO, and I love XO, and I love Self-Titled. But I love that one, too. I think, other than the last album, From a Basement on a Hill, which was not meant to be like a great record, sort of, you know, hodgepodge of finished things, I think all of his output's super strong. Anyway. Favorite Smith song. The Saddest Song by a Popular Band. This is another one that jumped out to me when just upon sitting and thinking. We'll go with The Who. Who's next? Yeah. And guess what? Behind Blue Eyes. You know it. No one knows what it's like to be a sad man. That one. My original Decca. God, I haven't played this in forever. I haven't played my Who records in forever. I have nice copies upon looking. These are the kind of things I have stashed here. Not stashed, they're in the collection. But just haven't played them in forever. So The Who. Great album, of course. You should all own it, or should all be familiar at least. Who's next? Behind Blue Eyes. Tears in Your Beer, a sad country song. Willie Nelson came to mind. This is my original Rhino vinyl from maybe, 2009, 10. These sound awesome. Phases and Stages. From 1974? Yep. We'll go with, Sisters Coming Home, Down at the Corner Beer Joint. From Mr. Willie. It comes up a lot in the VC, and for good reason. I like these records. I have Shotgun Willie, and do I have Red-Headed Stranger? I forget. I have those classic Atlantic ones that I got for nothing from working over for Atlantic Records, essentially. This is one of the ones, original sleeve. It still has the, they decommercialize everything they gave out to employees, so it's got the scratch through the old barcode. Willie. A couple more, your favorite sad soundtrack. That's what we're listening to. I think I've talked about this record before, but it's a stunner. Hopefully you've been enjoying Bruce Langhorne, Hired Hand. There's one to recommend that all of you score and seek out right now. It is this record. A soundtrack for the Peter Fonda film, The Hired Hand, which you can't really... No, you can see it on YouTube. I've actually watched it. Not great. It's about two sort of like... during the gold rush, two sort of cowboys essentially out on the plain trying to find gold. It's a very desolate, very sort of sparse movie, and the music matches it. This is a numbered copy. This is on Scissor Tail Records. It's the first pressing, but I know they've repressed this. It's from 1969, and it's on Dylan Aycock's label, Scissor Tail. This is numbered. I know you need to see that, but I know this has been repressed. You should definitely grab this record. Bruce Langhorne's sort of a little bit unknown, most notably known as Mr. Tambourine Man. Yes, he was apparently the one holding a giant tambourine in those sessions with Bob Dylan, and they called him Mr. Tambourine Man with his giant-ass tambourine. That's his claim to fame, Bruce Langhorne. There's something else he did. He turns up in a couple of places, but I'm forgetting. But this is all you need if you want to get into his music. This is a great way to do it. Originally recorded to tape by Bruce Langhorne in '69. Simple as that. I think there's a little card, but like I said, there's some, I don't know what the hell this is. Anyway, it's a Scissor Tail little insert. Not a ton out there, but you can see this trailer and the film on YouTube. Check that out, The Hired Hands. That's my favorite sad song, favorite sad-ass, sappy soundtrack. I'm Only Happy When It Rains. Song about rain. This one I thought about. I love this album. Link Wray, self-titled on Polydor. And Fallen Rain, the last track on the A side, is awesome. This whole record's awesome. Never get tired of this record. This is the Polydor pressing. Still can get this for around $30-$40. Can sometimes be a little more expensive. You typically do find them in nice shape, even with this die cut. A lot of times you find them with these cuts, because it was definitely a cutout. But it's part of this trilogy, this sort of Shack trilogy. And I have it's the Mordecai Jones record, also on Polydor, which is like all the same people playing on it. And then that other one that was released, the other Link Wray album released in the UK and Europe only. Originally, Light in the Attic, as I believe, reissued all of these. But this is the easiest one to get, and the best one. Link Wray, Doug Ray, Vernon Ray, also listed as a recording engineer. Yeah, the Vernon Ray album is a big one of mine. Wasted Youth. Anyway, great song, Fallen Rain, from Link Wray's self-titled album, 1970. The sappiest, corniest, happiest bullshit song you've ever heard. Now, this sounds like a song that we don't want to hear. Negatively, I feel like this is a negative song. This one was the hardest one for me to come up with, but When I think sometimes of super ass pop songs, I think of the Ramones. Here's my original Rocket to Russia, and the song I'll pick is Rockaway Beach. I haven't spun this in forever. On Sire, of course. Yeah, super catchy, super fun, super dumb, catchy. You could also go with, like, it's not their song, but Do You Want to Dance? Happiest, bullshit, but fun. You know, I know these guys were doing it with a little bit of sarcasm, or not. They really love those surf songs, but a little bit of sort of, you know, rebel sort of take on it. But that's that. And shout out a sad bastard to do this vinyl tag. I actually hadn't planned on this, who it would be in my thoughts for doing this. Let's go with Jose Moreno Ron. I'm shouting you out. Don't know if you'll do it, but I'm shouting you out. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, John. Peace.